So you finally got a website up and you picked the colors, uploaded some photos, wrote something that felt good enough and hit publish. And honestly, you were proud of yourself because getting a website live while also running a whole therapy practice is no small thing. But then nothing happened. The wrong people were reaching out, or nobody was reaching out at all. And every time someone asks you to describe what you do, you kind of stumbled over your words and hoped they didn't notice. You started wondering, is my website even working? And the honest answer is that it might not be. Not because you did anything wrong, but because nobody told you that a website is not just one thing, it's actually four things. And if any one of those four things are missing, your website is doing a fraction of the job it could be doing. Hey, I'm Chris Dunkers, and I am a licensed therapist and the owner of Crystal Renee. And I help therapists in private practice take the depth of their clinical work and translate it into clear website messaging that actually speaks to the right clients. And if that sounds like something you need, make sure you subscribe because I drop new content every single week on messaging, websites, and how to attract clients that actually you want to work with. Okay, so let's get into it. I want to tell you my own story because I think you're going to recognize yourself in it. When I first created my therapy practice website, I hired a company and I gave them some photos, handed them some copy I had written myself. And I was just happy to have something live on the internet. And I had no idea about copywriting, no idea how to structure a website, and forget about SEO. I didn't even know what I didn't know. I was just happy that it existed. But the more I learned, the more I realized I just had something out there taking up space on Beyonce's internet. I realized people weren't seeing it and I had no clue. And I was paying these jokers a monthly fee. So I did what a lot of therapists do. I found a template, ditched the company, built my own site, and said, bam, problem solved. It looked nice, the design was all right, and I saved some money. But was my website actually working for my business? Still no clue. And every time someone asked me what I did, I stumbled over my words trying to explain it. Then I discovered brand strategy, and boy, oh boy, that opened up a whole new world. And I could finally organize my brand and talk about what I did in a way that actually landed with the right people. Then I learned copywriting and website structure, and it was like a light bulb went off. And I started writing in a way that my ideal clients actually recognized themselves in, and my confidence about what I offered grew. And then when I learned SEO, forget about it. All these four elements together helped me build a website, and my people started finding me. And they had said something to me I never heard before. They said, your website spoke directly to me. And that's the whole point. That's what we're trying to build. So let me break down these four elements, what they actually are, and how they work together. Because understanding this is going to change how you think about your website completely. Think about it like running a private practice. You wouldn't just start seeing a client with zero intake, no assessment, no treatment plan, and no way for them to even find you or book an appointment with you. Every single piece has a job and they build on each other. And your website works the exact same way. Brand strategy is your intake. It's the very first step and it's the foundation that everything else sits on. Brand strategy is where you get clear on who you actually want to help, what problems they're dealing with, what your approach is, what makes you different from the therapist listed right below you on that directory, and what you're actually promising your clients when they work with you. It's your vision, it's your mission, it's your purpose, it's your values, it's all of that. All of that lives in your brand strategy. So it's not just a logo or a color palette, it is the substance of your brand. And here's what happens when it's missing. You skip the intake and you jump straight into sessions and you're guessing. You don't really know who this person is or what they need. And that is exactly what happens when a website gets built without brand strategy. You end up with a website that could belong to any therapist anywhere. Nothing separates you, nothing pulls in a specific person, and you just blend in, and blending in doesn't bring in aligned clients. Now, next, copywriting. That's your treatment plan. Once the intake is done and you actually understand who your client is and what they need, you write out a plan in a way the client can understand and connect with. That is what copywriting does for your website. It takes everything in your brand strategy and it turns that into words your ideal client reads and thinks, wait, this is exactly what I've been looking for. So here's the thing therapists miss. You were trying to communicate clinically, but your ideal client is not searching clinically. They're not typing evidence-based approach to emotional regulation. They're not putting that into Google. They're typing, why do I feel anxious all the time? Or why can't I stop overthinking everything? Your copy has to sound like them, the client, so they know they're in the right place. And without strategic copywriting, your message is not organized in a way that it lands, and it feels scattered, or it feels like every other therapy website out there. And people just keep scrolling. So let's now talk about the third thing. Let's talk about design. Design is your client portal. Think about the last time you used a client portal or a website that was clunky or confusing. You couldn't figure out how to book or how to make the purchase or how to reschedule. Maybe you wanted to return something and it just was frustrating and you probably gave up. That's what a poorly designed website does to the person trying to find you. Strategic website design is not just about making things look pretty. It's about making it easy for the right person to find what they need, understand what you offer, and take the next step without getting lost or confused. The layout, the flow, the navigation, where your call to actions live on the page, all of that is strategic. And when it's missing, people land on your website and leave before they ever reach out. And last, there's SEO. SEO is how people find you in the first place, right? It tells Google and now AI tools too, and I want you to pay attention to this because it matters. It tells these systems who you are, who you help, what you help them with, and where you're located. Because right now, people are not just searching Google for therapists, they're asking AI questions like, where can I find the Black therapist who specializes in childhood trauma in New Jersey? And those AI systems are pulling from websites to generate those answers and make recommendations, which means your website is feeding the information ecosystem that the entire internet uses to understand your practice. Your words matter, clarity matters, structure matters. And here is what SEO for therapists actually looks like in practice. It's not about like stuffing keywords on your home page, and more about making sure your website is clear, specific, trustworthy, and so people and technology can easily understand what you do. Without SEO, your website may be beautiful and it might look nice, but people still can't find you. It's like having a beautiful brick and mortar store and then not giving anyone your business address. So here's the part I really need you to hear. These 4 elements are not 4 separate tasks where you can choose to do 2 of them and not the other 2. They are a connected system. Your brand strategy shapes your copy. Your copy shapes your design. Your design shapes how easy it is for someone to say yes. And your SEO is how clients find all of this in the first place. Pull one piece out, the whole thing gets weaker. All 4 working together is what creates a website that brings in the right people and makes them say, your website spoke directly to me. So if your website is live right now and it's not doing what you hoped it would do, I want to ask you to ask yourself which one of these 4 pieces might be missing a week, because 9 times out of 10, nobody walked you through all 4. And that is exactly what I do. I help therapists in private practice get clear on all 4 elements. And then we build a website together that brings them all together. So I want you to figure out if one of these things is weak. And if you want to get help putting this together, you can check out my free website direction plan. The link is somewhere below. Check it out. And if this video helped things kind of click for you, hit the subscribe button, because I'm here every week talking about websites, messaging, and how to build a private practice website that attracts the clients you actually want to work with. So that's it for now, and I will see you guys next week.